Andre Iguodala, and you are listening to the Morning Roast with Bonte and the Butcher on 95.7 The Game.
Iguodala nearing a return from what I hear.
You had to do that, didn't you?
Dalton Johnson, NBC Sports Bay Area, tweeted a video of him Wednesday.
Nearing a return to what?
Well, he was running sprints.
Oh, that'll save the season.
He's ramping up running sprints.
That'll save it.
At UCLA, Paulie Pavilion. By the way, the uniforms yesterday, it was Cal versus UCLA. It was Paulie Pavilion.
It was weird.
Lakers look like UCLA, and the Warriors look like Cal. Come on, man. These uniforms have to be better. They have to be better. The Lakers have classic uniforms.
I agree.
The Warriors have really good uniforms. What are we doing?
And they didn't change the floor.
No,
the floor was still the same purple and yellow.
I'd rather them keep the floor
No,
because the
I'm
whole
with you.
changing of the floors, that kind of gets like the one thing that with the flower jerseys. I'm not mad at those, but the court, the gray, the black,
and it looks weird. It looks weird on TV because they have blue.
Weird in person,
but they have blue all around the top, and it shines off the black, and it doesn't look right.
It doesn't pop.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm out on the flower jersey.
All right, shameless shout out 745. Shameless shout outs 745. We're gonna do that. Shout out anybody you want to. Shout out to my mama who celebrated her birthday yesterday. She's going to the Warriors game tonight. Got her tickets to go see the Warriors and the Houston Rockets. Mama has no idea Steph Curry and Andrew Wiggins are out of the lineup. So, Mom, sorry. She didn't get to see Brooklyn last year, though. She saw Brooklyn and Kyrie Irving, and Steph Curry did play in that game. As we mentioned, HSS at 957thegame.com. You will be featured on the Prep Play podcast. By the way, download the Odyssey app. 95.7 The Game, thousands of other stations, and millions of podcasts are free on the Odyssey app. Sports talk, music, news, podcasts are all available completely free. And also, you can catch every single Warriors game live on the app, along with all the music and news the Bay Area needs. 888-957-9570. What's the one thing that bothered you from last night? Is it the lack of defense? Is it the three-point shooting? Is it the turnovers? Is it fast break points? What is going on with this team? What is going on? Can they right the ship without Stephen Curry and Andrew Wiggins? And look, you think it's going to be easy? Let me just rattle off these next 2 games.
It's a must-win, February 24th or 5th, whatever today
24th.
is, against the Houston Rockets, who have 13 wins.
And they're not even trying to win. So you better win this game because the Rockets aren't trying to win.
Watch this be the game they win.
They're not trying to win at all.
Well,
we'll see.
Are the Warriors trying to win on the road? I'm just curious.
Well, they're at home.
No, I'm saying in general. They're 7-23.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. So they got Houston at home. And Houston at home. Minnesota Sunday. The Blazers. Then they play the Clippers next Thursday at home.
That'll be a fun game.
Oh, excuse me, that's in L.A.
Or maybe 2.5 quarters.
Then they play the Pelicans.
Oh, the Pels.
Then you got the Lakers again on Sunday afternoon in L.A.
The Lagos.
Then you play in OKC. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and company.
I was going to go the Josh Giddies.
That's not bad. Then you got to go to Memphis. And they did blow a 20-plus point lead yesterday. But hold on. So then you play Memphis. That's 8 games in. And then you play Milwaukee and then Phoenix.
So you want to know how I know?
Do they even win 3 games during that stretch?
No. As long as Wiggins is out, they're not winning any game that Wiggins is out in. Right now, with Curry out, Wiggins out, they're not winning any. That's just my opinion right now. B, I want to juxtapose something for a second. This year has been so lackluster. I tune into TNT. You guys go off air, right, on the pregame show, because I watched the pregame show, you, Festus, and Monty.
You had fun yesterday?
Yes, you did. I enjoyed it. And then I'm always listening to see if my name gets dropped. And Morning Roast was dropped multiple times in the pregame. Point being is that I flip over to TNT, and I catch the very end of, Philly versus and Memphis.
Yeah.
And I'm watching the crowd in Philly, a city I hate, and I'm watching them go crazy. Mm-hmm. And I say to myself, boy, we've fallen off so hard. When was the last time we were in a game that exciting? It feels like 5 years ago, and they just won the championship. And to me, the difference between that and then finally the game ended, and we go to the and I'm going, wow. The drop-off in intensity, in excitement, sense of urgency.
Well, isn't part of that, though, the late arrival?
Harden is diving on the floor like a team player, and I can't even stop ball in transition?
But doesn't it always feel like that with the Laker games, though, at the start? The late arrivals.
I'm just talking about the totality of the season. Monte, I'm talking about the Warriors as a whole this year. There's been 1 or 2 nights that have felt big. Memphis, Boston, everything else. The team is telling me, I just don't care.
And I don't think they don't care.
No, but that's the feel I get.
But I don't think they have the ability to overcome some of these shortcomings this season. They don't have the ability to play small. When they play small, they're really small. The biggest misnomer about the Def lineup in the Hamptons 5, it's like, it's a small ball lineup.
No, they were long.
No. Kevin Durant's 7 foot.
Yes.
Iguodala, long wingspan,
Yes.
7 foot.
Yes.
Draymond Green, Livingston, Klay Thompson,
Yes.
6'7".
All big.
So you weren't really small.
Yes.
When you go small with this team, you're talking Jordan Poole, who's 6'3". Talking about Dante DiVincenzo, who's 6'2", 6'3". You're talking Stephen Curry, who's 6'2", 6'3". Then to Klay, who's coming off 2 gruesome leg injuries. And then Draymond Green, who's a lot older, and he's dealt with back injuries. Hell, he's dealing with some back issues now. So now you're really small. And Jordan Poole, we know, at the point of attack, he's just not there defensively. Klay Thompson, at the point of attack, he's just not the same defensively. Stephen Curry has always been an average defender. So now your 3 guards can't stop ball. Triple drive penetration. Now your defense is collapsing, and guys are shooting wide open corner threes.
And when you bomb threes the way that they do, and you're gonna miss long, and what does a long miss lead to?
Fast break points.
A transition the other way. Transition the other way.
Yesterday, the Lakers 29-8 in fast break points.
Bonte, they're such a tough watch.
And let me check this guy.
Okay,
I'm gonna check somebody.
Let me
check Jonathan.
I thought you were gonna
Jonathan Sproul.
FCC us right there.
Jonathan Sproul. You dummy. I'm going to call you a dummy right now. I bet Bonte wishes we had Jakob Poeltl now. What the hell is Jakob Poeltl doing to fix this situation? Really? If the Warriors' hopes and chances to winning a championship or being a contender came down to Jakob Poeltl, then they weren't winning anything anyway. Jakob Poeltl, 5-player. How much is he playing on this roster? Honestly, how much is Jakob Poeltl playing?
Well, I know
you big old dope.
I know one thing he's not doing.
Jonathan, you're a dope.
Stopping the all-star that looked like that last night, Austin Reeves. When Austin Reeves is cooking, I mean, he looked like Emerald last night. Am I wrong?
Jakob Poeltl.
He hit finger rolls. He was hitting jumpers. He was getting in transition. He picked Jordan Poole's pocket. I said, damn, Austin Reeves. What is it with the white boys for the Lakers? They found Caruso. They found Austin Reeves.
They could develop young talent.
They can, actually.
They can.
The Lakers can. They draft well and they develop.
And D'Lo got hurt in that game.
Yeah, it didn't matter because Schroeder cooked them just like he did a couple Saturdays ago.
Schroeder
cooks the Warriors.
Yeah, always.
All right, let's go to the lines, man. 888-957-9570. Let's go to Sid in Chicago. Sid, what's happening? You're on the roast.
What's up, Psycho Sid?
Hey, what's going on?
What you got?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you. Come on. Let's go, Sid. We got you.
Yo. Hey, first of all, Joe, you did a great job while B was out of town.
Thank you.
Combo chilling. Second of all, I see so many similarities in the Bulls and the Warriors. Billy D loves to play this small ball crap that gets dominated by the bigs in the East. And second, I tweeted you guys last night. I'm really confused at Steve Kerr this year.
Thank you.
It's really giving me like I think this might be his last year. Like I think he wants to push the way. Like his marbles are not there. Honestly, PBJ, Wiseman, Kuminga, Mooney, all of those guys should be playing. I mean, the league is so young and thriving. Like last night, Wiseman could have been a factor for the Warriors against the Lakers. The fact that the Lakers got Mo Bamba and Vanderbilt, like I'm so confused how a team with draft picks in 2027 to get 6 players
because they suppress their own assets. Mm-hmm. They did this themselves. If you weren't going to give these guys opportunities, you needed to pivot immediately and get rid of them while they had some value attached to them. They waited too long, and the coach suppressed their value. You can say, Joe, they're not any good to begin with. Fine. Your job as a coach is to showcase them just enough so that if they can't help you, tell the front office you got to get rid of them. I just beat this thing. Well, they can't get Moody on the floor because they're a championship team. Can't get Kuminga on the floor because they're trying to win. You're not a winning team.
You're not winning now.
And I've been saying this since October. The first 2 weeks of the season, I came in and you were making fun of me, and I get it. It was early in the year. I said, dude, this doesn't look like a good team. It just doesn't. Well, and it has looked lackluster at best all year.
Well, the first 10 games, everybody's panic. I'm not going to panic over 10 games. And I look back at it.
Which is fair because of their resume.
Exactly. And they
it's
were able
fair
to
for you to have that point of view.
And they were able to overcome that 3-7 start. They did.
Agreed.
But the youngsters got blamed for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, wait a minute, the veterans aren't defending. Athletic teams were killing the Warriors. Detroit, Orlando, Charlotte. Young athletic teams were destroying the Golden State Warriors. So he said, well, how can you combat that athleticism? Well, play some of your athletic youngsters. Let them play through the mistakes. Let them just play. The first 15 minutes, first 15 games of the season, just let them play.
You watch every game like I do with a fine-tooth comb. You know what my third favorite game of the year is?
What's that?
The one where the youngsters won it.
Cleveland.
One of the most fun games. If you watch the Warriors every night, okay, the night every veteran took the night off, and I watched these youngsters play with no worry, no care, and got the opportunity with some runway. Now, I know you can't do that every night. I'm not saying you can replicate that every night. There was something fresh and unique about that win. There was. Bonte, you can't sit here and say, well, we watched 60 games of this team. That is one of the top 5 wins of the year.
That was a fun win, no doubt. No doubt it was a fun win. The win against Utah in the homestand. The win against Portland coming back in the fourth quarter. The win against Atlanta when you didn't have Steph. You didn't have Wiggins. Those were fun.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
The Cleveland game was fun. And you enabled JP. By the way, what the hell is going on with Jordan Poole? What is going on with Jordan Poole and the slipping all day long?
He's the janitor. Jordan the janitor. That's what I'm going to start calling him.
You don't know if he could start. Like, Jordan Poole, I just don't know. I don't know. Like, this team collectively, Shasky, I've run out of answers. I don't have any excuses. There's 23 games left. You got 14 against teams over 500. At this point, enough talking. I'm done with the talking, Shasky. They got to go out there and just play.
Did I anoint him too early?
Yeah, probably. And you talk about the all season, everything being on the table.
Did I anoint him too early? Like, honestly, B, like because I really thought he was going to be an impact player. I thought you could make the argument he was the second most important offensive player for the regular season last year. Right. But this year, I don't think I can make that same argument.
Off the ball, he falls asleep defensively. He gets beat backdoor.
He falls all the time.
Can't stay in front of his defender.
He goes too fast.
Sometimes he dribbles. He's playing out of control. Everything's on the table this offseason if the Warriors do not make the playoffs.
I feel really foolish because I think I jumped the gun on him big time. And again, I don't think he's the sole reason that the Warriors are where they are. But he's definitely not one of the answers. And I thought he would take a step forward in terms of his discernment on the court. He's still as reckless as ever.
Who said that he was Monte Ellis?
I did.
I think it was Ray Rattle said that too to me. I was talking to him about the Warriors.
I said to you in a group thread, we had a group thread maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, I said, I asked out loud, this is going to sound nuts, and I'm not trying to rip him, but is he Monte with a sweet jumper?
And Monte was good.
I loved Monte.
But he could be Monte. Does he get players? Are players better around him when he has the ball in his hands? Does he make the team better? Can he make the team better?
He has a couple of games where he does that, and then 10 games where he doesn't. It feels like a solo act.
And it's tough. Now, I'm going to defend Poole for a second.
Yes.
Because of all those shortcomings, he's had probably the toughest job this season. When you think about what happened in training camp, him coming off the bench, starting, coming off the bench. Now you're playing with different combinations. One day you're playing with JaMychal Green and James Wiseman. The next day you're playing with Anthony Lamb, Ty Jerome. All of a sudden you got to tweak the second unit. All of a sudden you're back in the starting lineup. He's had to play with so many different combinations, off ball, on ball, defensive assignments. Poole's had a tough go at it this year. He suffered from a lot of the lack of consistency that the rest of the team has had. So I'll give Poole credit for that one.
Do you think that maybe let's go inner workings here. Let's go inner workings. Just like, and we're speculating, obviously. You think paying him while simultaneously not giving Draymond the extension created an unspoken rift that is actually much, much deeper than we could even
It's possible.
Even describe?
It's possible. It's possible.
I mean, because I don't know. That would create bitterness for me if I was Draymond, I'm not defending Dre.
But you know what? I can't speak for these players. I don't know what makes them tick.
But does that sound reasonable? I don't know what's in their mind.
I don't know, Shasky. I don't know how Draymond felt about that. I don't know how Steph felt about that. I don't know how Clay felt about that. Because they all want their money, and I think overall, there's no haterade being drunk. They want to see players get paid. Iguodala's a big advocate. I hear him all the time. We're trying to get this guy paid, and this guy paid, and that guy paid. It is a brotherhood when it comes to the money. And you don't comment on people's pockets, right? You know that at some point the organization is going to have to make a decision, and they're going to have to pay people.
But there is a musical chairs aspect.
There is.
Where every guy's afraid that if you pay him and him and him, well, that leaves me as the odd man out without a chair.
But I don't know. I can't really speak on that. Let's go to the lines. By the way, you know what? We're going to skip shameless shout-outs, man. Everybody wants to talk Dubs. I don't feel like shit.
Can I give one quick shout-out?
Yeah, quick shout-out.
Okay,
quick,
because we don't give enough love to this school. My boy Pat Yalon, his Waldorf High School team is playing in the D6 NCS Championship Saturday night at 7 p.m. Saturday night, 7 p.m., Waldorf, I keep pronouncing it wrong, Waldorf is playing in the D6 NCS Championship. Good luck, Pat.
Good luck, Pat.
That's my shout-out.
Good luck.
And we got the SFYBL day tomorrow. B, I'm going to be real with you. The Warriors have made me, wait for it, opine for Giants preseason baseball.
Yeah, I'm not there yet.
I am.
I'm watching the NBA. I want to see how this ends.
Oh,
to
let
me,
me see Taylor
23
Rogers.
games. See, this is the thing. I want to see how does these 23 games play out? How do they play out?
Miserably.
I don't know. Does Steph even come back? Where's Wiggins? What's going to happen in the offseason?
What do you think Steph was
If
thinking
they don't
on
make the
bench?
playoffs and Draymond Green hits TNT as a broadcaster, what's that going to be like? Is he going to want to opt in? Like, again, these could be the last 23 games. All 23 games that we ever see Draymond Green wear uniform. This may be it. I have no, and how's that going to feel?
If you lose tonight, is it over? Like, honestly, 2 games under. This is a team that struggles.
No, it's not over.
I'm talking about not.
If they lose to the Rockets,
not mathematically.
Well,
I'm not saying
listen,
mathematically. I'm saying spiritually.
This is tonight. You better win. You better win. That's what the label for tonight's game is. You better win. Because Festus and Monty asked me yesterday. We had the panic meter up, and they said, "Man, why are you?" I said, "The needle's broken right now. They were down 28. LeBron James and Anthony Davis scored a combined 25 points. And you're down 28 in that basketball game." And they go, "Well, if they win tomorrow, what's your panic meter going to be at?" The needle's still going to be broken because you better beat the Rockets. Again, the Rockets, let's look at the Rockets record. We've seen them twice this year. The Warriors have blown them out twice. The Houston Rockets, they stink, right? They got a lot of young talent.
Yeah.
They are 13-45. The Rockets have lost 7 straight basketball games. 7 straight. They've lost 4 straight on the road.
Name 3 Rockets.
5 straight on the road. Kevin Porter Jr.,
No, not
Jabari
you.
Smith
I'm
Jr.
just saying most
yeah.
people.
Jalen Green.
I know you can do it.
Shangoon.
You can name
What
all
about
8 names of their arena. over the last-
Shangoon. Yeah, the Toyota Center.
The only goons that I know are Rangoons, the cream cheese crab puffs that they.
Ragoons.
Oh, those are so good.
Oh my
Crab
god!
Rangoons.
Am I pronouncing it properly?
No, Rangoons, yeah.
Yeah, or Chris Pronger, another goon, number 44.
You know, another thing, yeah, St. Louis Blues.